I just don't see like a reason to like pull for her. Look at that 1.5 million damage. Woo! Phenomenal damage, Firefly. Amazing damage. Hello, my young Padawans. I'm actually doing a friggin' Star Rail vid today. Kind of crazy. I don't think I've done a Star Rail vid in like the longest time. It's actually kind of crazy. I think I just do like the character guides for the most part, and then after that, I kind of just like. I think the last video I did on Star Rail was MOC, and I ended up like losing or like not beating it by a star. It was either that or the last Apocalyptic Shadow. I'm not sure I remember quite right. But but now I am actually bringing some Honkai Star Rail content back again. And it is the newest Apocalyptic Shadow. So, yeah, I mean, I did get to try out Fugue here too, so I got her built, got her summoned. Tried going for E1, but we won't have to discuss that too much here in this video since it did not go well. But yeah, I mean, I'll give my thoughts on Fugue here, I guess, since we're already talking about her. I think she's super fun, super useful. She definitely makes Firefly, like, that much better. Um, personally, I still like using Ron May with Boot Hill. I think that, like, significant, like, break efficiency and, like, break effect buff she gives just outshines the triple pocket trick shot stacks. On top of that, she keeps everyone, like, stunned for like an extra turn, which just gives Blue Hill like that much more damage. And I don't know. I've tried mix and matching Ron May and Fugue with like Boot Hill, and I think I've still found more success with her on Boot Hill teams. But again, like that's everyone's preference. Your playstyle depends on it, I guess. But I do think Fugue and Boot Hill are still strong together. Don't get me wrong. Just that me personally, I prefer just having them weakness broken longer and having that like increased weakness break efficiency for Boo Hill, right? Because my thought process is like if I can break them faster, I can start dealing more damage faster, right? And I think Fugue does that like she does that well to like an extent with that like extra weakness bar you break, but it just takes longer to do that part, right? Because you don't have the Ron May buff going. But yeah, again, like both still phenomenal units. I would still recommend both of them. If I had to pick one or the other, I think I'd pick Ron May over Fugue, just because I think Ron May is like a lot more universal. You can run her like on different teams and stuff. But Fugue is still amazing. Don't get me wrong, she's still a phenomenal unit. But yeah, super excited. For like more units. I know like the trailer for Ampharos, I think it's what it's called. Like the new place came out, and there's like some like old characters, or I guess like proxies of like old characters from like Honkai Impact third. And I've never played that one, so I really don't know like the hype. I just don't get it, right? But hopefully these characters are cool, and hopefully like I can come to like them and whatnot. I'll be super fun to like be like, oh wow, this character is like in Honkai Impact, right? Like I know my favorite character from like Honkai Impact the third when I did play it was probably Raiden May. I like enjoyed her character. I thought she was super cool. I tried going for the Hersher or whatever she was, and I just didn't get her, and I stopped playing. But I think her and Acheron being like the proxies is like super cool. I got to pull for Raiden May, right? A version of her at least. So that was nice. I know there's like a lot of other ones that have like the proxies, and they're not really coming to mind. Oh, Luocha is one of them. Like he's like the dude from Honkai, like the evil dude. I forget his name. But then I know Welt's like the crosses like universes or whatever. Himiko, like the very obvious one. So yeah, I mean these characters are cool. I like them. So I'm excited to see what like these new returning characters or proxies, whatever you want to call them. I'm excited to see like how they are, what they do, like what their role in the story is, and like see like where the comparisons are drawn. Because like I will go back and watch like lore videos on like, oh, this is this and this person's proxy and this or that, right? Like I think it's like interesting to watch stuff like that. And so yeah, like I'm excited again, excited for the new place, new characters, new enemies to beat, new bosses to kill. You know, it's gonna be a good time in Ampharos. I think that's what it's called at least, and it's giving me a lot of Greek god vibes. You know what I mean? Like they better not pull up like some bald, all white dude with red lines and be like, oh, this is Kratos proxy. You know, he's here to he's here to just destroy everything. You know, that'd be crazy. It'd be cool if they did like some like homage to him or something, or like maybe like a name drop. You know, like I think that'd be super cool. You know, like he does like he doesn't like. Well, I guess he is known for like the whole Greek mythology stuff and like him just going around beating up the gods and stuff. So I think they should do something like that. Maybe like an achievement would be nice just to give it like a little callback. But who knows? You know, I would like to enjoy that. Even though I've never played the game myself, you know, like an icon's still an icon, you know, so it would be cool. But yeah, friggin' Honkai's been turning up as of late. Some of these challenges are getting like more difficult for sure, and I'm just like excited to see what else like hard content they can bring us. Right? I've said like time and time again, I'm not a fan of like pure fiction. I think pure fiction is the worst mode in this game. I think it's just so boring, and it's like you just stand there and like watch erudition units just do follow-up attacks over and over and over again. And I just don't think it's fun. I don't think it's fun at all. I think it's just like just turn off your brain and just do it. And like the thing is, you need like super specific units to beat it. It's like you need what's her name? Rappa. You know, Rappa. You need a Bill Timiko. You need a Bill Turta. Jade, like Argentini or whatever, Argentina, you know what I like to call them. Just like super specific units, like, and it's always erudition units too. Like I don't want to summon for these like characters personally. I'm not a big fan of the erudition path. I think the coolest one is gonna be the Herta, you know. So that'll be nice. But again, like, am I gonna pull for her? No, I'm not. You know, which sucks. You know, she's like got a cool design. She's got a little keyblade going for her. Her animations are insane, you know, but literally erudition. Oh, yep, not summoning. You know, that's just how it goes. Unfortunate, you know, but I mean, I am excited for the other one, Aglia, and her summon. Like, I see more and more gameplay and like trailers and stuff, and I'm just like, oh wow, like I want to play these characters. Like, or her specifically, like her burst reminds me of the Chlorine burst where she like dashes everywhere and stuff, you know, and like her and her summon do it, and it's like so insane. It looks so cool. Oh my goodness. I mean, like that's almost right around the corner. So like I have to start saving up like my funds and stuff and make sure I can. I don't know actually. I don't know if I want to pull for her, because like on one end of the spectrum, it's like, oh, she's gonna be like the very first DPS of like this patch, so she's probably not gonna age well, right? But at the same time, she'll give me such an edge right off the start that I won't really have to worry about pulling another one, right? But then, what if they drop like a different characters like Splash Art or something that just looks super cool, like the more recent ones of like that dude that looks like Gilgamesh, and like the little girl with like the two other little girls, you know, like friggin' Sparkle's power creep unit, you know. Poor Sparkle. So yeah, I can see memes where it's like, oh, Sparkle had to move to Honkai Impact there to avoid the power creep. Oh, that's so funny. Poor Sparkle. Well, she'll be remembered. Just kidding. No, she won't. But yeah, like, see, like it's like that whole FOMO thing, like the fear of missing out, right? It's like, oh, I can summon for these characters, and then miss out on these other ones, but I don't want to miss out, so I need to spend money, and it's like a big freaking cycle, you know, and it sucks sometimes. Especially when you're like trying to go free to play, you know, like I have been. I still spend like maybe like 30 schmeckles here and there to like summon, but like if I don't have the packs, I just simply won't like buy anything, you know. I just don't think it's worth it at that point. But actually, now that like we're on the second half of the Apocalyptic Shadow, I failed this like the first time, like I got like to the very end, and then Fugue was like at 13 HP. I kid you not. And she freaking died. She just gets hit so much. It's insane. Like she literally is like Tingyun, but now just 5 stars. Like she's gonna get hit the same amount of times. she's gonna get bullied, she's just gonna get jumped, right? They're all just gonna gank her, and it's gonna be over. You know, GG's for Miss Fugue. But still, you know, good unit, super good unit, love her. Her ult looks so fantastic too. I wish it did more. Like I wish it did like more damage or like some debuff or some like something. You know, it's missing something. And that's the only like drawback I have of her like her kit is her ultimate doesn't do anything. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, big Firefly, sorry, big Fugue fan. I love her. I love Ting Yun. I have on my on my Honkai Star Rail banner, my freaking thing since I downloaded the game has been Ting Yun Supremacy. That has been the thing since the very beginning of the game. I was like, I have to get Ting Yun, and I got Ting Yun, and like that was the character I was gonna be like, yep, this is my character. This is my personality for the next couple months. You know, and you know it's lasted longer than that, but you know, big Fugue fan. Was super excited when she got announced, you know. But oh, well, I don't want to keep talking about Fugue. You know, I can stay here for hours to just talk about Fugue, you know, and how awesome she is, and amazing, and perfect, and wonderful, you know. But we won't do that. We won't do that here today. But yeah, these dudes too. Also here, we'll go back to talking about the actual gameplay. These dudes I've actually never fought before. This is the first time I had fought these dudes, and I assume they had some similar mechanics to like the normal TVs where you like break them. And, you know, they give you, like, skill points or they advance your action or whatever, you know. And they work similar to that. The only thing, like, the only major difference is that this big TV dude, like, locks them in place so they can't get switched. And I'm not sure if this is, like, a mechanic in just, like, this Apocalyptic Shadow. Or if this is, like, a mechanic in, like, for the actual, like, fight you do. And I know this is, like, with all the Rappa stuff. But I just haven't got there, to be honest. I haven't really grinded out story mode in a minute. So I'm curious to see how they work like outside of this place. But I didn't think they were too difficult. I thought they didn't hit very hard at all. I thought they were hitting pretty soft. So that was a nice touch, you know. I kept Fugue alive a little longer. There was like a couple times where like, oh my god, they're ulting, and it just hit for like 1,000 damage, and I'm like, oh whatever. Like that wasn't anything, you know. I will say though, as much as I like Glaze Gallagher, I'm sorry, maybe I should call him Glazager, you know, because I glaze him. As much as I glaze them, like, I think definitely here, the better unit would have been Linksha. Just because she has that, like, the bunny that, like, attacks everyone at once, you know? And she is AoE, so hitting everyone here would have definitely been a lot better than single targeting everyone until I got my ult to be able to hit everyone again. But, again, like, I still don't see, like, the justification, right? Because, like, Gallagher's, from what I've seen, is, like, tier 0.5, right? And Linksha's tier 0. I just don't see like a reason to like pull for her. Look at that 1.5 million damage. Woo! Phenomenal damage, Firefly. Amazing damage. Yeah, at least in my brain, I can't justify summoning for her. You know what I mean? It's like that doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, oh well, like she's only like 0.5 of a tier higher. Like it's not like amazing, you know. And she's a 5-star too, which makes it like worse. But you know. I do think maybe she'll get better when the summon stuff becomes more, I guess it actually arrives, you know, maybe we'll get like harmony units that buff all summons on the field instead of just like a single person like Sunday, you know, so maybe Lingsha can like become better. She's already amazing, you know, but maybe like this will push Gallagher. See, okay, maybe the way I should phrase this is like, maybe Lingsha's buffs will make Gallagher a worse option, you know what I mean, because Lingsha's already a good option. But I think Gallagher's still an amazing option, right? So how do you like lower his value? You just make Linksha better, even more better. You know what I mean? Be like, oh well, like this is a great example, right? Oh, Gallagher isn't very good for AOE unless he has his ult, right? So Linksha is gonna be amazing here because she's AOE, right? And all you have to do is hit these guys. You don't even have to break them, right? So it gives her that like advantage over him, you know, because she can hit everything at once. But again, like they'll probably do more stuff like that. We'll see though. We'll see. I think another thing they could do is like take away fire weaknesses from enemies, because then Gallagher becomes kind of useless, whereas Linksha can get like the buff from Fugue to be able to still break enemies, and since she does AoE and her scalings are higher than Gallagher, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like this will make like Linksha like a better choice than Gallagher. You know what I mean? But I mean Gallagher still works fine. You know, he still does the damage, he puts in the work, and he gets it done. That's all that matters, is he gets it done. And funny enough, actually, I had to like, because like I said, I failed right with Fugue or whatever. When I was doing the MOC clear, I actually had to swap not Fireflies. Sorry, I had to swap Gallagher's relics around a little bit so he can do like more damage. Because I was like there from like the 20 turn clear or whatever, but like I was missing like a smidgen of damage from anyone, you know. So I changed his relics around, and I think they ended up being better, you know. I had to do the same with Sunday, right? Like, I swapped them off the broken keel set that gives crit damage, and I put them on the Lushaka to give that attack boost to Mr. Buhil, right? Because obviously he doesn't, Buhil doesn't really gain anything from having that extra crit damage. So you know, I had to do a couple things here, mix and match, you know. And, you know, it's like the fun thing about these games is like it takes a lot of brain power to like actively be like grinding and like changing kits, right? Like people that beat MOC in one turn. Like I have mad respect for those people because the calculations that you probably need for speed, like turns and advanced actions is probably like insane. You know, and like that's difficult. That's extremely difficult to one turn stuff. But I mean, I guess if you're like passionate about it enough, and if you don't have a skill issue like me, you know, then I can see like people having fun and enjoying stuff like that. But not me. Maybe one day I'll try like a one turn clear, but it's definitely gonna take a lot of learning because I know there's like speed breakpoints and you know the whole lot of nonsense, you know. But here I'm clearing this basically. Look at this 700k from Firefly is like insane to me. Like this character is so insane. Like oh my goodness, I can glaze Firefly too. I think she's gonna hit for like a mil here. Yep. Oh my goodness. See like. What other unit is doing that besides Blade? You know what I mean? Like Blade's the only one that's hitting for that much, and Firefly's like coming in close second. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, Firefly has all these buffs and stuff. You know, like going crazy. Blade does it solo, right? Blade does it solo. However, unfortunately for me, I thought 6500 was the point range, and it wasn't. So I was upset and I got mad and I redid it again. And here you go. You can say a ho ho because I was mad. But yeah, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful day. Trolls don't get blocked.